Spikers Turf action continues here at the Mecca of Philippine volleyball. It's the PhilOil ECOOIL Center, and the ECOOIL Green Oilers are ready to mine their way into another win. Meanwhile, they're going up against the very young and formidable VNS Griffins. These two squads may be the youngest and maybe in the middle of the pack, but then they're ready to match it up in your games today. It's the De La Salle ECOOIL Green Oilers going up against the Volleyball Never Stops Griffins. And then later, right after this, Crisscross takes on Savoj. And as mentioned, white shirts will be donned by the green and white, and the blue shirts will be donned by VNS. It's a different blue and green battle here, and we are joined later on by our courtside reporter, Bailey Zapot, together with my partner, Anne Mulyakanda. I'm Sinjin Reyes. We welcome you here, whether you're watching us on your TV sets on One Sports Plus or on the Pilipinas Live app, wherever you may be. And it's a very exciting match here. We just had teams starting to close out their conference here in the Invitational Conference, and now these two squads who failed to make it to the Final Four are out to go out with a bang.
Definitely, and this is where we say that all of these teams that we have playing here today, they're playing for pride. You want to exit, you want to at least, have games ended on a high note, and here we're looking at the team standings today. This is what you have mentioned. They fell short making it to the top 4, and nandito sila sa gitna, no? So we know that we're in it for such a good match today dahil makikita natin nasa gitna silang dalawa.
Yes, it's going to be a matched game, and winning this for one will tie the standing against the other, while the other one, it's going to show some separation and add some confidence as they close out the Invitational Conference. Now, let's focus on the older of the younger squads, which is the collegiate team in the DLS ECOOIL Green Oilers. In their previous match, it was a pretty tight match in terms of scoring output. The blocks were pretty tight. The aces were at par, and the opponent errors were more minimized on the side of DLSU, but it was the spikes. They were outnumbered in spikes.
And, it's interesting how you mentioned earlier that this is the older of the younger squads that we are seeing here. So just, I guess, safe to say that, this conference also allows them to build on the experience. And we're looking at that in terms of the numbers. So they fell short in some, like what you've mentioned. But today, they have a chance to actually reverse this, improve it as they go up against a young VNS squad.
And closes out and prepare for their in-season tournament, which is in the upcoming UAAP. Now, let's focus on one Archer or Green Oiler who has been leading the charge for the Green Oilers. It's none other than Noel Campton. Noel Campton in the conference has tallied a total of 75 big points. That's just in 8 games.
And these are the transitions that we can say not only difficult for the likes of DLSU. Any team going through the transition, it's tough. You have to fill in the veteran spot, and Campton has to fill in that role for DLSU. And, it may be painful, but you guys, they have to step up.
Everyone has to step up, and that's the beauty of having your off-season tournament. Even if this has been a commercial league, it has been a challenge for everyone, whether you're a purely commercial team or a collegiate team trying your luck here. Now, let's go on to the other side of the court. Let's check in with the blue side of things with the VNS Griffins. They went up against the Signal HD Spikers, and they were swept in all scoring outputs, and it was a 3 straight win for Signal.
They were outclassed across the different skill departments in this match, and just goes to show the experience that they need to build on further here in this conference. But, today as they face DLSU, I think the big challenge for the Griffins is to really find offense so that they can score more points and really battle it out with DLSU.
Now let's focus on a very key player in the team of VNS, and that is the future young star who has been a sophomore for the Griffins, and that's none other than CJ Segi, who has tallied a whopping 93 big points for his squad in the whole conference.
Segi saying, maliit na bagay, but really he has stood out this conference, and we're seeing how, it's fitting to say that he is next in line. It's his second campaign now, and we're seeing how the experience is actually building on for him this time around, also with the leadership ability that we're seeing from him leading the young Griffin squad.
You mentioned it, he is next in line, but next in line into our broadcast is none other than our partner, Bailey's Akot.
Thank you, Sinjin and Ann. It's always great to hear from our fans, especially via the Pilipinas Live app. So shout out to everyone there. We have a poll question ready for you guys. And our poll question is, which team or who of the players, who will put a positive end to their team's conference? Again, who will put a positive end to their team's conference? Use the hashtag SpikerSurf 2024 VNS Griffins versus DLSU ECOOIL. Coming right up are the starting lineups, courtesy of our venue announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our two national referees in charge for match number 44. Our first referee is Mr. Fernando Velarde. And our second referee is Mr. Patrick Castillo. Presenting the starters of the ECOOIL LaSalle Green Oilers. Starting with their setter number 5, Eco Adahar. Middle blocker number 7, Eric Layug. Outside hitter number 11, Eugene Gloria. Opposite spiker number 12, MJ Fortuna. Middle blocker number 15, Joshua Magalaman. Outside hitter number 17, Vince Maglinaw. And their starting libero is number 16, Jonathan De Castro. The head coach of the Green Oilers is Mr. Jose Roque. Introducing the starting lineup of VNS Griffins. Beginning with their team captain, outside hitter number 8, Charles Segui. Opposite spiker number 5, Roderick Medino. Setter number 7, Justin Yatko. Middle blocker number 13, João Arcilio. Outside hitter number 17, Kenneth Dainata. Middle blocker number 18, Titus Villacruzes. And their starting libero is number 2, Joshua Cruz. The head coach of the Griffins is Ralph Ocampo.
There you have it, your starters from the ECOOIL LaSalle Green Oilers. Fortuna, Layug, Gloria, Maglinaw, Magalaman, Adahar, and De Castro. Big change from their previous season. Also, obvious missing in action is Noel Campton, but I think we'll hear more about that from Bailey's later. Now, for the Griffins, it's Medino, Arcilio, Segui, Dainata, Villacruzes, Yatko, and Cruz will be the first libero. Blue versus green in a day of Remullas that I have been given the honor to join your sisterhood party.
Yes, welcome to the family.
Yes, I think I will change my art to Remulla after today. Baka si Bailey's gusto na din magpalit mamaya. That serve comes from VNS. They go up for a quick hit. Segui adjusting, but there's no check for that one. That sails out.
Well, he is asking for a check.
Wow. As early as now, we're having the first challenge of this match. Just goes to show how serious the coaches are taking this.
And, you know, Segui was really sure.
Well, seems like there's an admission of guilt already. Go to the open side, and that works for Eugene Gloria. If I'm not mistaken, in the last UAP season, he was playing more in the opposite side, and he would come in to sub together with Poquita.
These are some changes in position that we do see at the collegiate level.
But this is the very exciting thing about watching the LaSalle men's squad. But we also have to give credit to Medino, who made that explosive hit. These young guns on the side of VNS, wala, parang iisang player lang yata ang below 2000s ang birthday.
Siya ang kuya.
Nag-iisang kuya. Chance, Maglinaw,
tries to get that one through. Great blocking. Adjustment coming from the opposite side. Fortuna, who is starting to don the green and white, gets that point.
The eagerness to block brings Dainata to touch the net.
Eric Layug serving now. Setup goes to Dainata. Oh, what an explosive dynamite from Dainata.
It's a good way to make up for the previous error that he has committed. And you know, that's what you'd like, ano, if also you're a setter coming from an error, you give a chance na makabawi sila.
At ngayon pa lang, ramdam mo na yung intensity. As the answer comes from MJ Fortuna. Sharp angle. Look at that. Fortuna just slicing it through. And in the opposite side, Fortuna now will go for his jump serve. We've seen this even before he donned the green and white. They go to the opposite side. Oh, easy denial for Magalaman. Someone who has been leading the blocking stats last season. Fortuna continues to serve.
Very close start for both these teams. We have nothing fancy, nothing very fast at this moment.
It's all just clean volleyball.
Basics, they're going back to the basics. And even with a serve, SALLE gets an ace.
And sometimes this is what you expect from young teams. It's the fundamentals. It's a master class on playing simple, easy volleyball. Fortuna continues to serve. Got an ace earlier. Oh, that's a miscue. Oh, that's overreach. Or reaching beyond the net.
That was tough also because the first ball we saw how it was actually going towards the net.
Yeah, this is a question of airspace as already. 3-point lead for the older of the two younger squads. Serve goes out. Fortuna takes a break from the service line.
Okay, well, they really are going for those strong serves. But not that time.
Jump serve here from the side of VNS. Doesn't get through. Medino continues to serve. It's a 1-point game now. Roderick Medino, who just celebrated his birthday 3 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday.
A win today would be great.
Well, as per the prior game, the previous game, yung may birthday na team, meron silang birthday today at bukas, which was Martelli, unfortunately, did not snatch the win today.
Sabi ni Medino, baka ma-break ko yan.
Let's see if the Stars would be lucky towards them. Dainata getting that one through the blockers this time. Very explosive.
She has that. He has that leaping ability. Look at that. Also a bit late in terms of timing for the blockers. So he found a space in between their hands.
Tsaka mabilis pumitik. Serve coming from Dainata. Adahar going for that quick hit. You just love the growth of the connection of these two. That setter-spiker connection that leads us to a 2-point lead as we enter the first technical timeout.
Welcome back. This is the 2024 Spiker Surf Invitational Conference, and coming off a tough 4-game losing streak, especially with that last one against Savage, where they were crushed, or they had their final 4 hopes crushed, are the DLSU Green Oilers, and their team captain Menor Guerrero cannot deny how heavy and heartbreaking that was for them. They had high hopes coming into this season, but they just could not deliver, and mabigat yung environment nila during their last game in that dugout. But the coaching staff, of course, switched channels for them. Marami daw silang natutunan. Wag daw nilang i-deny din yun as a whole in this entire season, this conference. Although they have some adjustments to make, most especially with their discipline and, of course, closing out games. But it's better that it happened now versus that it may happen in the long term versus their long-term goal. Coming into this game, they're still positive, and also some news with their top scorers. Noel Campton is in the reserve list, will not play. He went home to his province in Cagayan de Oro just yesterday because he got called up that he's going to be a daddy soon. Your thoughts, Sinjin and Ann?
Thank you so much for that update, Bailey's. Paternity duties.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations to the Camptons.
Yes.
For their new bundle of joy.
But over to the team, of course, ito yung shoes that they need to fill today, the adjustments that have been made.
And that's the challenge towards them.
But so far, they've managed to maintain this lead against VNS.
After the technical timeout, they run away with a 3-point lead now. And they could work on this as Echo Adahar serves for the Green Oilers. I have to get used to that. That's a very unique moniker.
We've been so used to saying
Green Spikers.
Green Spikers.
That opposite hit. Let's look at that again. Full swing for Medino. Oh, that goes straight to the net for Yatko, the setter. And Coach Ralph Ocampo on your screens. Looks very relaxed. I got to talk to him a few games back, and he would always mention it's always going to be a learning experience for his squad because kumaga, juniors ng juniors pa.
And, that's always a nice perspective to, look at how things are, especially for this squad, because they are doing this to build experience.
Yes.
So the expectations are there, of course. Kailangan lumaban. But I think, in his point of view, even if they lose, for as long as they stick within the strategy, na-execute nila ng tama, and they've done their best, that should be good.
Their youngest player is only 15 years old. Just imagine when that player who has that experience here grows up. That's a grassroots program right there.
It's also amazing to be given this opportunity to play alongside really experienced players at such a young age.
That's the magic of having a commercial league where you get to mix players, teams up. Quick hit for Arcillo. Oh, that left the Green Oilers scrambling at the back row. Serve now comes from the side of VNS. Julius Arcillo, who just scored the last point, serving for his squad. At lahat na talaga ng bata ngayon, jump serve kung jump serve.
I think this is, for most, yan talaga yung nakikita natin, jump serve. But also siguro yung intention to really ensure na malakas yung serve nila. You break the play on the other side.
Before it's not taboo, but before it would be something special, extraordinary to watch jump serves. But now it's normal. It's the new norm. But that's how it's played now. That's the evolution of the game as LaSalle gets a 4-point cushion here. Fortuna continues to serve. 4-point lead for the white shirts. Oh, that's too strong this time.
you know, the pace of the game is not as fast as you'd see probably the more senior teams play. But one thing you have to appreciate with how both these teams are playing, like what you said earlier, really going back to the basics. These are the basics, and they're going for the efficient plays. We have yet to see quick plays
Yes.
be executed in this game.
Combinations, wala
Combination
pa din.
plays, wala pa masyado. But, you know, for the basic, efficient plays, it is there. And again, the service continuing to challenge the first ball of DLSU.
Look at that. The lefty going for that floater. That's weird because you have Maglinaw and Fortuna Maglinaw who plays or moonlights in the beach volleyball.
Just right on cue.
Yeah,
May
but-
running play.
Running play na. Look at that again. From the top scorer of DLSU so far. Vince Maglinaw, who is serving right now with 6 points. Setup goes to Matishon. They go up to Martishon. Dainata on the other side. Dump from Magalaman. Martishon with a tip. Adahar choosing Gloria, who gets that through the blockers.
But, you know, probably one of the longer rallies we've seen in this game. The coverage for both teams actually quite good.
4-point lead for DLSU. We'll be back here at the Spikers Turf.
Sining ata yung title nito. Tama, tama. Tila sining sa museyong di naluluma. Hiniling kong ginto hanggang kalulu. Ayun lang.
Nasashy pa kasi yung players natin. Sabi ko nga kasi, ano na tayo? Singing contest sa Spikers Turf.
Mukha namang nag-e-enjoy sila, nahihiya lang.
Hindi nahihiya pa. So,
Sa ngayon.
Yeah, sanayin na natin. Request natin sa Spikers Turf Management.
Pili sila, no? Singing ba o dancing?
Dainata getting that one through the blockers, finding the seam between the net and the block. Look at that. Nothing fancy yet on the side of VNS. The most fancy play we've seen from any side of the court was that running attack from Magalaman.
And, you know, I think that's why also in the earlier rally that we've seen, it was quite predictable for DLS. Yung nasusundan talaga ng blockers nila. And that one goes long for Maglinaw.
Blocking is really a strength of LaSalle. But there's a challenge here for ball in, ball out. As they try to clarify the call made by the referees. This is going to be very exciting because we're seeing new names and the old names being combined now for LaSalle as this ball is going to head out. That's clear for everyone. Coach Joe keeping the nonchalant look.
The usual.
Yeah.
Right?
No reaction pa?
Yeah, and not alarmed at this point. They still have a 2-point lead.
Kenneth Dainata with 2 points already under his name. Magalaman red there on that middle. Gloria trying to make do with that, but I think we'll get a clarification here from our first referee.
Sure ka? Sige.
Okay. Call remains. It's a check ball. But there's going to be a challenge here for block touch on the side of the VNS. So, block touch challenge.
We'll see a lot of lull. Of course, waiting for the results.
Well, it started with a challenge.
It did, yes, very,
Yeah,
very early
early
in
on.
this game. Well, they are using the time to talk things over.
And you love how these kids are just enjoying it. Villacruz is shimmying there. Block touch. Mukhang wala. That's a decisive no. And a successful challenge for Coach Ralph. Kenneth Nainata to serve. And for a floater.
Ooh, nice
Oh.
change up.
Great tip there coming from Gloria.
Look at this. Waiting for that approach. And opted to drop behind the blockers. The advantage really of having some hang time.
Team captain and known to be a libero, Maynard Guerrero, will check in as the designated server. Oh, that's a tough float.
Ooh,
Segi adding a point.
not surprised with that one.
Look at that.
Only one blocker also for Segi.
Binitin sa may dos. Flores will check in here for the blue shirts. They go up to a combination play. Gloria, easy adjustment there.
I think for DLSU, no, kaya very calm din yung kanilang coaching staff. It's because they see that if VNS scores, DLSU also has that ability to get the to recall it and mabilis. They don't allow VNS to get points consecutively, just like that. Binantayan si Segi after the point earlier.
And that's what you want to do when you're preparing. Because tapos na yung Spikers first journey nila. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. But that's what you want to do when you want it to be a learning experience in preparation for your other competitions.
Really have to make the best of it. And,
Guerrero played setter right there, and that is just connection and familiarity. Giving a 4-point lead for Gloria and the rest of the Green Oilers. This isn't his timeout.
Para mas kung kaya natin mahabol. Ayun, usap lang, first attack lang tayo. Doon lang naman kaya pull away. Ikutan tayo isa, ha? So tayo, tara.
That's a very calm timeout. Very simple, ikot lang ng isa. One stop. Side out lang ang hinahanap dito ni Coach Ralph. Maybe with an expectation, of course, of having a different set of players up front. Right now, seemingly so, that would make them have two spikers up front, if ever.
the thing I think that we are seeing, at least observing from VNS, every time they score a point, usually dalawang points back to back, but then DLSU gets it back.
Yeah.
Therefore, here as we near the end of set number 1, they have to actually double the effort. They need to score more than that.
Because your opponent is just doubling your production. You do one, they do two. And that's the adjustment. But Segi says he'll do two right now. Double substitution here for Coach Ralph. Yatko checking in together with Medino. Oh, that's the reason. Ibabalik niya na yung starters niya. Full frontline ulit.
And now is the time, because DLSU is already at 21.
It's Story 4 points, 4 points to tie, 4 points to close it out. Guerrero playing setter up to Gloria. Gloria covered there. Segi will adjust. Adahar goes up to Gloria. Gloria, oh, too hot to handle. DLSU inches away from snatching set number 1 and really pulling away, leading by 5. Gloria to serve. Picked up by Denata. They go up to Medino. Oh, solid block.
Roofed right there. But this is the problem. If the sets are too high, it becomes very easy for the blockers to read.
LaSalle with already 5 blocks. Let's listen to this timeout.
Yung bola nandun sa naka-double block, huwag mong idadaan, huwag mong ibabaon. Kailangan medyo mahaba. Patamain mo, di ba? Yung nagiging problema sa atin, hindi tayo nakikinig, kaya lumayo yung score. Balik lang tayo dun sa game plan natin. Pag may blocker, patamain nyo sa edge o kaya mataas na malakas. Huwag nyong ibabaon kasi malaki yung kalaban nyo eh. Pag block talaga yan, go tayo.
Okay, try natin, VNS!
Look at that again. This demonstrates the point of Coach Ralph. You can't, it's like hitting your ball into a wall. You can't get that through.
And yung angle, no? He was talking about the angle.
In total blocks, 5 blocks already for LaSalle. VNS still not joining the block party. But this is what LaSalle's bread and butter already has been, blocking.
Defense at its best, but
They lose one.
They lose one. Some errors here and there also for DLSU.
5-point lead still for the white shirts. Serve came from the captain. Combination. Layog going for that attack.
One of the few that we've seen here in set number 1.
And we're starting to see the changes, the combinations being applied at set point moments for the Green Oilers. Layog to serve for the white shirts. Picked up there by the libero. They go up to Dainata. Dainata down the line, popped up there by Adahar. Adjustment from Magalaman. They go up to Dainata again. This time, mas malikot.
So much force and wrist action actually put into that attack.
Look at that.
But
There you go.
And in between the blockers again. But at this point, they need to play perfect volleyball.
Yep, for the next 5 set points if they want to extend this. Jump serve. Adahar going for that quick. Medyo differential yung bigay niya, no? Not the textbook quick for
Timing and height was, I think,
the right.
perfect. Yeah, for him.
But it's not the zero tempo.
It's not your traditional
quick
execution.
And that closes out set number 1, 25-19 in favor of De La Salle. LaSalle and VNS continue their matchup here at the second game of your Sunday triple header, only at the Spikers turf. Set number 1, it was tight at the start, but then once LaSalle started to pull away, once LaSalle started imposing their blocks, pressing their blocks, that's when VNS had experienced trouble. It's a slow burn of a game, but still, you're seeing the fundamentals of volleyball work here.
And you know, looking at the stats for set number 1, it's very clear how the edge of DLSU is not only with their offense. You did mention blocking, but you know, despite the number of giveaway points that they had in set number 1, siguro ang kinulang pa rin na focus ng VNS no, going into the second set. They really lacked turning point. So the offense is something that they need. I mentioned in set number 1 how DLSU would score 4 points, mababawi ng VNS, but they can only do 2 points. So they have to double up on their output, and we're hoping to see that here in set number 2.
And what's glaring here is the obvious change of guards here for Coach Joe. Really switching things up, maximizing his lineup.
It's a good way to get everyone to heat up in the game. Kind of also test where they are.
It's that next man up idea.
While for VNS, still the same, but expectation dito, no, we have Segi with 5 points. He is currently the top scorer, followed by Dainata with 4. But the rest also need to step up. We have Medino, 2 points, Arcilio and Guerra with 1 point each.
The big problem for VNS is they're not able to close things out. They have good touches, they have good first ball sometimes, but it's really challenging for them to pumatay.
And, you know, that is the key. Really, we'll hope for some adjustments here in the set. You know that if Segi is in the front row, they go to him.
Great coverage from Retiro right there. Oh, that doesn't cross for Dainata. LaSalle only has 2 of their starters left inside the court. That's Magnino and Gloria. Poquita, who has been doing stellar in the V-League, is starting here at the second set.
Tough one for Poquita. Now, the ones that hit the net, yun yung mahirap because the ball,
May tansya ng timing kasi.
Oo, may timing. Kailangan mo abangan.
Ma-off na kasi yung usual pace mo. Mendoza hits that ball out. That's going to be a point for VNS. Serve coming from Segi. On the other side, Poquita goes up to Mendoza. Mendoza's denied. One of the youngest players of LaSalle. Oh, that gets through.
Would have been a point for VNS either way. Poor digging at the back, but also violation there at the net.
One-point game. They go up to the pipe to Segi, and Segi finds the line.
VNS with a much better start here in set number 2.
Look at that.
4 straight points.
Oh, just slicing it right beside the arms of the blockers. Poquita going up to Mendoza on the opposite side. Oh, and he tallies a point under his name. Look at that. Going for the down the line and tooling the arms of the blockers. Eugene Gloria now serves for LaSalle. Picked up there by Segi. They go for a quick, oh, solid block there. Single block by Layog.
We did see how good they are in blocking. We have the numbers showing that in set number 1. 5 block points for LaSalle.
And now, in block points, it's 7 in total. They add 2. That goes straight to the net for Gloria. 1-point game. LaSalle trailing behind. VNS serves with Julius Arcilio. Jump float. Picked up there by De Castro. Maglinaw, familiar. The push coming from Medino is going to get a checkout.
For VNS, they recognize how they really need to challenge the blockers of DLSU. Medino has the height, so we can do this, just that. They have to maximize him while in the front line.
Maglinaw, oh, this time VNS joins the block party. That's the first block point, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. Established blocker right in front of Vince Maglinaw. 3-point lead now for VNS. VNS changing things up here. To go for a quick hit. That works for the lefty Layog. And that trims the lead down to 2. Look at that. It's like a slam dunk. Serve coming from Layog. They go up to Dainata. Dainata's denied. Coverage was there by Segi. Oh! Catch and throw violation for Jan Mangulabnan.
Errors.
And just like that, isa na lang.
Oh, this is where you cannot be too relaxed also. It's good to play without pressure, but at the same time, if you're down a set, at the very least, you minimize the giveaway points.
And after that hit from Dainata, VNS gets first to the technical timeout.
This is the 2024 Spiker Surf Invitational Conference for the youngest team in the league. Their youngest at 14 years old, their oldest at 22 years old, the VNS Griffins. Their team captain, Charles Segi, describes his team and their run this conference as a story full of growth. They were able to showcase their individual talent, and as a team na may ibubuga daw sila. CJ is proud of the Griffins and their improvement, most especially in their confidence and their chemistry on the floor. He's very much positive that this is not their last conference together, just a story, that their story does not end here. That's just another chapter closing that they will learn from. Now, for this match, they just need to simply double their efforts and stay disciplined while, of course, enjoying their last one for this conference. Back to you, Sinjin and Ann.
Thank you so much, Baileys. It's all about enjoyment, especially when you're at this tender young age. Enjoy volleyball.
And hindi pala 15, 14.
Sorry na. Mali sa math. Sige, mag-average. Sige, Baileys, i-average mo.
Oo, subtle correction lang si Bailey. Sabi niya,
Thank you so much,
15
Baileys.
yung sinabi niyo kanina.
That's very
14
subtle.
talaga. Oo.
Mag-15 na siya.
Mag-15 pa lang siya.
Next year, birthday. That's the ball game. 3-point lead for VNS. That's why we need 3 people in the panel. Check and balance.
Of course.
I check you check me, we check Baileys. Mamaya i-correct natin.
Oo, sige. Hanapan natin.
Hanapan natin siya ng bukas. bully yung mga ano. Nang bully on air. Kenneth Dainata, 6 points in this ball game. Goes for that serve. Poquita going for that running attack. Oh, no go. No go for timeout here for the Green Oilers. Let's listen in.
Mag-short ka lang. Likod, short. Tapos, 5 gitna. Pag short niya, pasok. Beans, dulo. Spiker. Ganun lang. Tara, tara, tara.
Simulan muna sa pasa. Sige lang.
Nasa likod kayo, di ba? Let's go. Oh, di humingi ka ng single.
Ano mo?
The very nonchalant Coach Joe. Simple lang ang instructions. Nag-remind lang sa play. Ang pinaka malawak ng na-instruct siguro in that timeout was coming from Team Captain Menard Guerrero, who said, simulan natin sa pasa.
Ngayon, tignan natin ang execution.
Yes.
Nagkakaintindihan na sila. Very little words,
Yeah.
but I assume
Tumango naman lahat, so
nagkakaintindihan sila now. Let's see.
maglinaw. Binigay naman. Sabi idulo daw si Vince. 3-point deficit here for the white shirts. No, LaSalle will always have clean-looking jerseys. Green and white is such a beautiful combination.
Very pure ba tignan?
Malinis.
Malinis.
Yeah. Oh, quick hit on the other side, coming from the youngest player in the court, Villacruzes. Was born in 2008. What were we doing in 2008?
Ayoko na lang sagutin.
Let's not ask babies.
Let's not, mahirap na.
However, he is still very young after that strong hit. Ball goes out. 3-point lead for VNS. They're maintaining that gap. Trying to maintain the distance because LaSalle is still within striking distance. You have to pull away far.
You know, in terms of scoring, this is a much better set for VNS. Kanina sabi natin, 2 points, then balik sa LaSalle. But in this case, no, they're able to keep it 4 points. Balik sa LaSalle, they take it back, they score 3 or 4 again.
And if it's a question of nakakasabay na ba yung VNS, this set is a true testament to that. Nakikita na natin that they're starting to match up with LaSalle, even if it's 3 out of the 6 starters have been changed as we await the call for this challenge for block touch. And I think we have a decision already. We're just waiting for the video playback. There you go. Oh. Malino naman.
Oh, it hit the tip of the net, but also
Then-
hit the arm.
So may block touch. Successful challenge for Coach Ralph. Maintaining their gap here. Serve now will come from Rodriguez. Joshua Rodriguez. King goes up to Segi. Pokita chooses Gloria. Gloria tipping that over. Na medyo lumusot, pero hindi naman pa.
Lumusot, oo. He was very careful na yung katawan na lang yan, huwag na lang yung paa.
Let's look at that again. Let's see the athleticism para umiwas sa net.
And also away from the blockers. Because usually, yan yung kailangan iwasan. Iwas sa accidents and injuries.
Rodriguez continues to serve. They're down by 2. In set 2 block points, they're tied at 2 apiece. Talking about these 2 squads. Gloria tipping that over. 4 touches will be called.
Oh, but I think they're saying there wasn't any touch from Maglinaw. So Maglinaw clarifying. It was only Rodriguez.
And of course, there's no challenge for this one.
Sa dalawa. Buti sana kung magkahiwalay, ang magkatikit. Magkahiwalay.
Coach is joining into the fun conversation as we look at that again. Let's count 1, 2. That's
Because-
a judgment call.
Yes, because halos sabay sila,
Sabay,
but it
yeah.
seemed like only one person.
May naunang humawak.
May
Yun
naunang
yung
nakahawak.
nakatulak.
Because if dalawa sila, the ball would have changed
Yes.
also the direction.
The trajectory would have been different. As VNS continues to score here. Let's look at that again. This now balloons to a 4-point lead. Oh, the blocking is the biggest game changer here in the second set. They already have 3 compared to 2 of LaSalle. But 3 for this set, 0 in the earlier set.
Such
Bump
a
set.
good improvement.
Medina's denied there. We got to Segi, checking that off the blockers. Poquita will set this one up. Maglino adjusting that athleticism. Oh, Segi getting a check, asking for a check. And there is a check awarded.
Segi pretty pleased with that call.
5-point lead, the most comfortable that VNS has had in this game. Monglabnan to serve. They go up to Maglino from the back row.
Too powerful for Dainata to handle.
Poquita now serves. It's a 4-point deficit. Oh, that's off the blockers. Haba-haba yung ginagawang strategy dito ni VNS. 5-point lead as we enter the second technical timeout. VNS leads.
Pantropico by Bini Aya. Nawawala ng pangangamba pag ika'y kapiling na. Feels like someone I'm with you. Parang isla ko tropico.
Yun naman.
Alam mo, hindi singing lang yung hinihingi.
Yeah.
Pero
Song and dance number
Oo,
tayo.
song and dance. Yan yung talaga dapat. You have to go all out.
Yes.
Be 100%, more than 100%.
Magpa-talent show na tayo dito sa Sparker Stuff. They go for a quick hit with Layog. Oh, ball is still alive. Last chance. High ball. De Castro. They go up to combination play. Mendoza. Now that's the changeup. Given the chance, Mendoza does have a lot of variation. We were not able to see it kasi bantay sarado siya. Pinostehan siya ng blockers kanina. 4-point lead still for VNS. DLSU playing catch-up. 8 points for Eugene Gloria. All on attacks. Dainata. Oh! Single block. Gandang bawi.
Oh, and parang nagigising ang DLSU. Well, earlier, it has been Maglinaw mostly scoring the points. 9 points for him. And now the rest also coming to life.
Setup goes to Medino, rather. On the other side, Maglinaw off speed. Smartly placing that. And ito na. We're starting to see the trend. VNS will do one.
Come back to you know, the pattern in set number 1. But also for LaSalle, no, it's good that they are demonstrating the variety of ways they can score the points. Kasi nakikita na natin yung off-speed, hard attacks, the combination plays also being executed.
And that's why it's starting to look tighter. Because it's the execution that changed. 3-point gap here. Serve will come from VNS player Arcilio, Julius Arcilio. Oh, that is out. Back to a 2-point game. Layog to serve for LaSalle. Ooh. Oh, exchange of gifts. But Joe looking a bit disappointed on the sidelines.
He was saying, wag mong madaliin.
Tama din naman. You have 8 seconds to serve. Rodriguez with a quick hit on the other side. They choose Dainata. Poquita sumilip. Maglinaw. Tipping it to the other side. Pancake. Will not be saved as for the first referee.
Maglinaw. That seems to be a target. And no adjustment yet on the defense of VNS. Pero nakaila na. It's at same spot.
Oh, lucky serve. Mulubnan going up to Dainata.
Oh!
Just outsmarting everyone.
Sinwerte pa because the set was a bit off. Ginawan lang ng paraan. Look at this. Palabas eh. Ginawan ng paraan with his left hand.
Serve now comes from Dainata. They're up by 3. Poquita goes up to the back row. Mendoza from the back row. Medino adjusting. Due to a running hit from LaSalle. 2-point game. As LaSalle plays catch up this time. Vince Maglinaw to serve. Maglinaw sharp on that service. Mongolubnan going up to the back row. Gloria hitting that right on the line.
He was so sure that it was in. As soon as he landed, now we saw him really point to where that ball landed. But VNS says otherwise.
As we head on to this challenge, we're awaiting for VNS. They're asking for ball in, ball out. And we have a decision here, I believe. Oh,
really?
Clearly.
Inside the court.
Unsuccessful challenge for Coach Ralph and the rest of the boys wearing blue. Now this is where it starts to get interesting. It's a 1-point game. Maglinaw to serve, going for that jump serve. Segi was there. Mangulubnan going to Segi. Up, Pinuto. Poquita na habol. Gloria tipping that over. Chance ball. Poquita sets that one up. The setting comes from the libero. Gloria was popped up there. Oh, Dainata denied by a single block. They go up to Segi. Oh, that's too long. No check.
And just look at the score now.
This is the crucial moment. This can be the moment where everything changes. They're checking, though, for a net touch. It's going to be very pivotal for both teams, depending on which way the challenge would agree.
But, you know, you see Segi talking to the coaching staff on the sideline, seemingly explaining what had happened, or maybe what he saw.
Mm-hmm. And as much as you want to share that, it's really the call of those outside of the court, coaching staff. Sometimes they listen to the players, sometimes they call challenges.
And that's why you have a lot of eyes right there at the bench.
The question is, was there a net touch in the last sequence?
But, you know, this is such a crucial point because LaSalle is up by 1. VNS has managed to maintain the lead here in this set. But yun nga, you know, LaSalle has that in them, na talagang babawi sila ng isa, but they can consecutively get those points as we look at that replay on that net fault. But there is none.
No net fault. It means that is the last challenge for Coach Ralph and the rest of the coaching staff of the Griffins.
Now we will see with the score tied at 19. Ito magiging race to 25 for set number 2. If you're LaSalle, you'd want to get this 2-set advantage. If you're VNS, you want to even it out immediately and win the second set.
In unforced errors, it has been 11 for DLSU, 1 for VNS. Back quick works for the youngest player of VNS.
Such a good response, a good play to execute for VNS.
1-point game here. VNS still leads. Pick up by De Castro. They go up to Gloria.
I could walk under the yung legs niya habang tumalon siya. Such a high leaper right there.
That serve coming from Guerrero. They go up to Segi. Segi's denied. Coverage was there. Pangulubnan going to Segi again. Down the line. That is going out. It's going to be LaSalle point. LaSalle now changing things up. They now have the lead. And this will force Coach Ralph to burn another timeout. Study reminders coming from Coach Ralph Ocampo as things started to change up. It was that 19-point juncture. We've mentioned it. This is very crucial, and it did. Because you have a more veteran squad in LaSalle. Kahit na sabihin mong it's the stringers who are stepping up now, that's the gelling, the composure is there. Chance ball, don't give one to a team that is hungry to score. Gloria is popped up. Segi will give a... Oh, great cover. They go up to Gloria again. This time a tip. Oh, and that works.
Again, that same spot being targeted by the different attackers of DLSU. We've seen what VNS can also do here in set number 2. And, apart from just Segi as we have a substitution here, when they activate their middle attackers, yung mga mabibilis na play, we've seen how they can really challenge DLSU as well. Yung blocking also was something that really worked for them here in the second set. So they just need to make sure na bukod sa kanilang floor defense, yung kanilang blockers will always be there to defend at the net.
In service faults, LaSalle has committed 6 already in total. VNS has committed 4. Mangulubnan with that serve. Poquita going for a combination play. They're starting to get crafty here.
Well, if you're getting good first balls, why not get those combination plays working for you?
Oh, ganda. Nauna yung blocker sa kabila eh.
Gotta give credit to the middle attacker,
to snatch it.
Yes, and leaving the second attacker open.
Oh, and just like that, set point moments for ECOOIL LaSalle. Poquita to serve. They have a full front line. 3 set points here. Let's see if they'll be able to close this out, or will VNS save one. Poquita goes up to the putt. Guerrero spiking from the back row. Segi popped up by Guerrero. They go up to Gloria. Gloria with a tip. That's too high. Mangulubdan was there. Segi off the blockers. Oh! Miscue at the backcourt.
Not yet over, sabi ng Griffins.
Two-point lead still for LaSalle. 2 set points to their favor. The serve coming from the captain, Segi. They go up to Mendoza. Mendoza closes things out for DLSU, and they get it 2 sets to none. So look at that again. Set up from Poquita. Dinulo na. And Mendoza goes for the full windup. 25-19, set 1. 25-22, set 2. LaSalle up by 2 sets. We'll be back here at the Spikers Turf.
We are back. We've just seen how DLSU turned things around in set number 2. Watching some highlights here for what started out as a strong set for the Griffins. They took the lead at the beginning of set number 2, but at the latter part of the set, DLSU managed to find their footing and began to score the points right there. Eventually, getting that second set. Looking at the stats right now for set number 2, clearly outnumbered by DLSU when it comes to offense. Blocking was so much better for VNS, coming from no blocks in set number 1. They scored 3 here in the second set. But one thing to look at for VNS would be the amount of errors or amount of giveaway points they had in set number 2. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. We have a good crowd here at the PhilOil ECOOIL Center in San Juan, enjoying the game between VNS and DLSU. We are now on for set number 3. Will VNS be able to snatch this third set, or will DLSU take it in straight sets?
Very interesting third set here, because this can be a turning point for one team, while for the other, it's time to close it out.
VNS still seems very relaxed. Parang, I think
the demeanor is still very positive,
yes,
very
so
light.
The body language you see. Of course, there's some pressure right there. But I guess it's a good sign that, you know, kahit papano nakikita mo dito, gustong lumaban. But again, like what you have mentioned, it's either DLSU takes this in straight sets or VNS extends. If you're DLSU, gusto mo manalo convincingly and really, you know, not extend this anymore. But for VNS, it would be good if, you know,
you snatch a set.
You snatch a set. One set at a time muna, no, before anything else. And set number 2 was a big improvement, but the finishing was what was lacking.
LaSalle gets lucky there with that over-receive. That becomes a point for them. Kaya sila natatawa. But you know, the challenge here really is really showing who wants it more. On the side of LaSalle, of course, may slight pride yan na parang kami yung mas matanda eh.
Oo.
Collegiate team kami.
Ito, sabi mo nga kanina, di ba? Ito yung older of the younger squads.
yeah.
And, you know, we did talk about their ranking, you know.
Very tight.
LaSalle is number 6, VNS is number 7. If for LaSalle, they currently have 4 wins, 4 losses. Gusto mong makaabante to at least tie it with Navy at 5 and 4.
And hati kayo sa 5th to 6th spot. But if VNS wins this, they tie and you will now share the 6th to 7th spot between these two squads. That's also a picture of how tight this match is between these two squads. But you know, another consideration on the side of VNS, younger players, they don't play to lose. No one likes playing to lose. But
that's true.
But the younger you are, the more you're not pressured, but you just want to win. Iba ang hunger ng masbat.
I think the hunger would be there, but this would also be a very good test of character for these younger players. Kasi syempre, pagka-experience ka na, you handle pressure with more grace. And sanay ka na rin kasi. But if you're younger, and you're still building on that, hindi naman instant yan na sanay na ako, I can handle pressure. I think, you know, this is a really good investment para dito sa mga batang ito. Because they learn.
These players, we can see them maybe in a national team, an edition of the national team someday, because they're very young.
Indeed, very young. Oo nga. Sabi nga ni Babies kanina, di ba? 14. Sinj and Andy, 15.
We're just a few years older.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Age is just a number.
Yeah. Rodriguez with that hit. It's a 1-point game. Pero bigyan na natin, nakakasabay ang VNS with LaSalle. That really imposes something. Ventura serves. They go up to Dainata. Ventura has been one of the changes here. So talaga si Coach Joe, pinaglaruan na talaga yung lineup. Really fielding almost everyone. Cruz with that jump set. Dainata tipping that over. Ball is still alive. That hit coming from Gloria at the back. Chance ball here. Poquita picked that one up. They set it up to the open side. That's to Hernandez. Oh, long rally we're having here.
Ball is still
Hernandez
alive.
trying again. Dainata popped that one up. Oh, it ends with Rodriguez in the middle.
Mahaba-haba. And you see them, some of them at least catching their breath.
Well, yung mga rally na ganyan, yun talaga yung hihingalin ka.
Oh, pero, you know, gotta give credit to the floor defense.
Of both sides.
Of both sides.
Serve coming from Ventura. Dainata with that adjustment. Chance ball here for LaSalle. Poquita will maximize running attack. Oh. Medyo paltos, pero...
Sabi niya, ay!
Pero naging point pa din naman.
You see the reaction, but you know, a point is a point.
That's a good at.
Didn't go the
Miss-hit
way
siya technically
he wanted. Dumaplis, no? Dumaplis sa kamay niya.
Buti na lang point.
Buti na lang talaga. Nagulo tuloy yung book. Kasi na ano siya eh.
Na-stress siya.
Na-stress siya.
Anxiety kicked in. Mangulabnan goes up to the opposite side. Hit coming from Gea. On the other side, they choose the pipe. Poquita going up to the open side. Oh,
wow.
That's simply done there by Hernandez. Medina will check back in as we appreciate that hit coming from Hernandez. Serve now comes from Rui. Picked up there by Dainata. Dainata gets a chance to hit. Popped up there. They go up to Rui from the back. Ventura is popped up. Dainata denied. Oh, that's what we've been missing here on the side of LaSalle.
Well, in the previous set, we did mention the improvement on the blocks of VNS. LaSalle also had 3 block points. But napigilan ng konti. Now it's back. Look at the solid block.
Change of guards here for VNS. Liray is checking in, one of the youngest players on the floor. Who, nagmamath ako, baka correct ko eh.
Baka mamaya pag
Basta 2007 siya pinanganak. 17?
mag-calculator tayo.
Mag-calculator tayo. But here, a 4-point lead. That's without any contention for LaSalle as we enter the first technical timeout of the third set.
Back inside the PhilOil ECOOIL Center in San Juan City. During that second set, we thought VNS would run away with that one, but DLSU changed things up. Of course, took on the challenge, even without their top scorer, Noel Campton, in the game. Things started to change for them during that second set. The technical timeout 16-point mark, where the only reminder from the coaching staff to them was, again, to pass. And the players knew what was needed. They focused on defense and, of course, sharing the ball, and they responded accordingly. And to close this one out, they need to stay aggressive, be mindful, and not to relax, because VNS won't be handed.
Very simple instructions because we're not seeing anything complicated yet. Pass. First ball lang.
Nothing fancy so far. I think what is needed is what would be efficient. And
The fundamentals.
Oh, yung fundamentals muna. I think for LaSalle, that's something that is working.
Parang klase lang yan dati. Minsan sabihin ka ng parents mo, sige anak, just pass.
Yun ba yung...
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman.
We're competitive.
Oh, very competitive.
Yeah.
Sabi nila, sabi ng mga dito, dapat sabi, di ba nga kahit dun sa pagkanta at pagsayaw kanina ni Segi, di ba?
yes.
O, sabi niya,
Song
singing
and dance
lang,
number.
song and dance ang
Yes.
gusto ko. Oo.
With matching TikTok. 4-point lead for LaSalle as Mangulubnan goes to Veray. Veray masyadong kinabig.
He was hoping for a check.
Five-point lead now for LaSalle. This is a dangerous space for LaSalle. You're giving them enough space to pull away, to really pull away, as Hernandez, Chris Emmanuel Hernandez served. Poquita pops that one up. Oh, ang bilis ng reaction time. But that is going to sail out. They're trying to ask for a challenge here. Will Coach Joe give in? And he does. Pero hindi sila sure ko.
Oo, hindi
Ball
sila
in,
sure.
ball out. Yata. Hintayin natin. Ay,
I don't think
did they raise
raised
a
it.
flag?
Did they?
Okay. Challenge has been cancelled. Ma'am Pavoy. 4-point lead for LaSalle. Tumatawa po yung partner ko. Hindi lang niya kaya on air.
Oo.
Nawawala yung voice niya.
My image. Singe.
Let's change it up. Diba? It's the last game of the preliminaries. Second to the last game. And later, it's going to be another exciting match. Signal, Crisscross versus Savoj. Both in the semis, so parang preview na to ng semis.
Oh, it's such a great way to spend your Sunday evening.
It's interesting because we had teams at the lower part of the standings earlier in the first game. Now in the mid part of the standings. Later, we'll have teams who are in the semis. So parang you get a full serving of what Spikers Turf has to offer. And all games so far have been showing passion and power as they go up to Segi. Segi, that is going to be too tight for him. It's going to be a 4-point lead for LaSalle. serve now comes from Joshua Rodriguez. Mangulabnan going for that quick. That gets through. Props to one of the youngest players on the court, Villa Crucis.
You know, if they can consistently get good first ball, they have the material right there in the middle, and they can activate that. Nakita natin, no, the higher percentage in terms of really getting a kill.
Okay, alam ko na saan ako nagkamali sa math.
Gusto ko yung nakapag-analyze ka.
May 2010 pala. So 14 years old.
Tama.
Nice one. Nice one, Baileys. One of the youngest lang naman sabi ko. But that ball does not go across. That's going to be a point for LaSalle. LaSalle now maintains that 4-point advantage. LaSalle looking like they're cruising by so far. That serve coming from Poquita. Oh! Nalunod.
Nalunod nga. Timing is key. Mangulabnan unhappy with that.
And that's why the setter-spiker connection for the middles is really different.
Kasi you feed, for the center, you feed the ball. So,
actually, iba-iba pa yun, di ba? May iba, they like feeding. May iba, they like...
pauunahin mo ba?
Pauunahin mo. Kanya-kanyang style yan. 4-point lead is maintained here by the boys in white. Mangulabnan will serve for VNS. Poquita going for that tip was Layug. They go up to Rui. Ventura gets that one off the blockers. It is now a 5-point lead. Coach Ralph looking stern and unhappy on the sidelines as Eugene Gloria will be serving on the other side. 13 big points for the young player, but that is a fault. Tallied under him in service faults. LaSalle has given up 9 freebies already. Meanwhile, VNS only has given up 4. So efficiency in the service line is on the side of VNS. Poquita going for that quick hit, that back quick.
All these fast plays now, well executed by DLSU.
Yun ang example ng hinatid. Sinugo.
Oo, diba? And the timing was really good.
But it's a bit of a tempo one. Nagpaka-technical.
Oo, nagpaka-technical. But, you know, on the side of VNS, I think hindi naman sobrang layo rin yung lead, ano? And they've managed to at least keep it tight. Within this, keep it tight, keep it within this range. I think similar to the previous sets, it's really creating those moments. Yung opensa yung kailangan nila talagang maging focus at this point. So they can't be predictable. Most of the sets or most of the plays that we're seeing on the side of VNS, matataas yung sets eh. So kayang-kayang basahin ng blockers ng LaSalle.
You know what's exciting about this VNS squad? Right now, you see them, they're very scrawny. Imagine with better conditioning and strength, a strength and conditioning program, these kids can fly high and maybe soar high, maybe for the Philippines one time. It's a 5-point lead as we enter the second technical time out of the third set. We'll be back here at the Spikers turf.
Kaya na pala. Love story, Taylor Swift. You'll be the prince, I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say it.
Buti naman may kapanahunan na natin na nagamit dito. Pero speaking of panahon, it is the right time for your favorite NBA superstars on NBA TV Philippines Watch it now, and it's available on Signal Play. Download the Signal Play app on your App Store or your Google Play Store. And subscribe now and catch all the action in this new NBA season. Now back to volleyball.
You know, kanina, yung point mo before the technical timeout, yung you'll see that the build, dahil nga bata pa
Yeah.
but they have yet to develop the mass. And you'll see, no, you'll compare them to the more veteran players. Talaga may muscles na, but
Yes.
you know,
But
ito,
they're performing
yes.
despite.
Despite
Yeah.
that. And, you know, years to come, yan, syempre, madedevelop yung muscles, yung mass ng kanilang mga katawan. Very lean kasi right now, eh.
But imagine, plus they're very young. You have a 14-year-old in the mix. Imagine when he grows up full age. This is really like a grassroots program. Well, when you talk to Coach Ralph, that's also part of his goal for VNS. It's really a mixture of different ages and really building that program. Oh,
Pinitik lang niya sa ibabaw.
what a hit there coming from Hernandez. Look at that. Ibang may clip. This has now ballooned to a 8-point lead. Serve coming from Rui, sails out, trimmed down to a 7-point lead. Serving now is Medino, Roderick Medino. Poquita, oh, a bit too fancy, kept alive here by VNS. Poquita will try this time. Combination that works for Hernandez. I'm noticing Hernandez is the type of player na when given the opportunity, talagang iba yung hampas niya.
As it should be.
Yes.
Of course, you really make your minutes.
But as a young player, I see that the moments na he's daunted by the blockers, by the challenges up in front of him. But definitely a bright player coming up in the pipeline for LaSalle. Ventura hits that ball out.
Ay, halong gigil.
You love how Coach Joe is trusting with his players. No, hindi siya nagsasub, and just as I say that,
right on cue.
eto na po siya. But Gloria has been
He's been playing very, very
He's
well.
been playing minutes. He's played all 3 sets. So might as well give him a rest. You enjoy a 7-point cushion.
Also one of the top scorers for
Oh.
DLSU.
Catch and throw violation called against Poquita. But Rodriguez also was a bit too aggressive with that last hit. 6-point gap. VNS playing catch-up here with Leray. Poquita with that up, over. Reaching beyond for Poquita. Went through the airspace. Earlier they got lucky. He let that one go. It became a point. Now he's more aggressive and became a reaching beyond the net's violation. Leray continues to serve. Picked up there by Hernandez. They go up to the open side. That's a point for Mendoza. Six-point lead as Joshua Rodriguez serves with 6 points in this ball game. Jump float. Lumnan going for back quick. Kept alive there by the coverage. Poquita throws this to the left pin. That is going to check in for Uriel Mendoza.
It's a good long attack. Usually the tough ones to get. Falls right at the end line.
Trying to check. Sino na lang na iwan. This is... Okay, no one is left from the starting unit.
They've utilized everyone in the
who is
lineup.
lined up today. That is going to be a point for Segi. There's still a 6-point deficit for VNS. And similar to the first set, we're seeing that pattern. VNS does one, SALLE does two. Oh, combination. Adjustment, Segi. Ooh, denial. Segi, that's an
tough.
overshoot on that set.
Oh, not a good time to commit an error. And alam nila, no, may panghihinayang in that one.
Coach Ralph still maintaining that stern look on the sidelines. They go up to the pipe. Lirai throws that away. And that gives match point moments to LaSalle. They have 8 match points here. And it's a question of resilience for VNS now. Meanwhile, for LaSalle, it's a question about showing their veteran prowess. Serve coming from Poquita. Segi, popped up there by the libero. Poquita, bump set, adjustment coming from Mendoza. On the other side, they go to Segi again. Segi gets that through the block. VNS still alive.
The SALLE blockers knew it will go to Segi. But this is the kind of attitude you want to see from your attackers. No backing down. No, may blocker dyan, but I'll find a way.
And Mangulubnan opted for a faster tempo at that. Cruz, back set to Segi. Segi gets a check, popped up by Poquita. On the other side, the tip. Cruz now goes up to Medino. Coverage was there. Mangulubnan playing like a second libero. Segi again! Trims the lead, down to 6.
Look at this. In between Ventura.
So let's see if the pattern continues. You said earlier, or we said earlier, 2 points to 4. Let's see if this is the start of the closing out for LaSalle. Oh! There you go, on cue. Mendoza closing things out for LaSalle. The young gun who act as a replacement for Gloria earlier. And LaSalle wins this in 3 straight sets and ties the standing of PGJC Navy. Congratulations to the green and white for ending their campaign here at the Invitational Conference with a W. 3-set win for DLSU. We'll back to close things out with Bailey Sakot only here at the Spikers Turf.
Back inside the PhilOil ECOOIL Center here in San Juan. DLSU winning over VNS 3-set win. Kasama po natin si Eugene Gloria, our player of the game with 13 points. First off, congratulations on the win. Okay, so may not be the outcome we wanted in this conference, but of course, you're still ending the season on a high note. How important is this win for you guys?
So para sa akin po, importante po to para matapos po yung game na, ay yung yung liga namin ng maayos. Although laglag kami, pero at least nilaban namin hanggang sa dulo.
Yes, meron tayong mga adjustments na ginawa during that second set. Muntikan na tayo, maisahan ng VNS. Ano yung mga adjustments yun na yun?
Siguro po yung adjustments na ginawa namin is yung puliduhin na lang po namin yung mga basics namin na yung sa training namin, yung mga ginagawa namin ng mga basics ganun na lang.
Eugene, ano nga abangan namin sa inyo and the coming tournaments na sasalihan nyo and of course sa next conference natin?
Ano po?
Ano nga abangan namin sa inyo, sa Green Oilers?
Siguro, yung aabangan nyo po sa amin is maging mas kakaiba po yung magiging yung Lasal Green Spikers sa darating na UAAP and also this coming PNBF Under 21.
Alright, meron kami gusto mga batian, Eugene.
Binabati ko po yung mga family ko dyan sa Cebu, mama, papa, ate, at yung mga friends ko dyan, mga barkada.
Alright. Again, congratulations on the win. Your player of the game. Back to you, Sinjin and Ann.
Daghang salamat, Baileys, for that. As we look at set number 3, the highlights, basically, it was a full control for LaSalle. They've kept it away, they've pulled away, and they stayed away from closing things out in a tight fashion.
And we've seen how DLSU also really utilized all of the players, shuffling them between the sets. As we look now at the stats for set number 3, again, clearly dominated by DLSU across the different skill departments. The only advantage we see here, slight challenge given by VNS when it comes to their serving. Pagdating sa opponents' errors, unfortunately, both teams had a lot of giveaways in set number 3, but DLSU did very well with getting that in a sweep.
And up next, it's a very exciting match between the Crisscross King Crunchers and Savage Aesthetics Spin Doctors. It's going to be a matchup that can be a preview of the semis. And now we close things out. LaSalle wins this in 3 straight sets. On behalf of our director, Koy Yupanco, our game producer, Nick Earnshaw, my partner, Andrew Mulikanda, and our courtside reporter, Baileys Akot. This has been Sinjin Reyes, thanking you for joining us here at the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference, where power meets passion.